And welcome back from the break. This is Books and Blogs. We are discussing Miss Jackie Kerr's beautiful book, A Delicate Balance. And we left it off at where Raymond was telling us single women to have many male friends to introduce our kids to.
Yes, on that one thing. Because you as our lady, you need male friends for socialization and for company. So the same,
no.
I think so, because even men do not have a problem introducing their working colleagues who are female.
True.
The same when we go out, even in school meetings, you realize like I'll connect with female friends and then my child will be there. Like just the other day I went to Kabarak with my daughter for a music festival. And there were also other two ladies in that meeting who had come with their kids. So what do? We connect with the others, and I had to introduce my child. These are also parents from your school. Then that connection, we really need to rethink how we relate with each other, because within your company of friends is where you pick a partner. And though the children, you see the way she's saying, it's either in church. It's in church where the kids knows you are Baba so and so. I find kids saying Baba Kim so and so. You know, that's how kids relate, that these kids are not treated well. And you can know from your children when they don't like a partner or a friend. You find your children not coming closer to this person. And you can see from that, these people are not friends.
Yeah.
So you marry amongst your friends.
I disagree with that, but that's another conversation altogether. If I was to marry amongst my friends, there would be no marriage. But
my friends are not hearing it.
They can hear, they know.
It's okay, or they already know.
They know.
Yeah, that's okay.
They just
It's
know,
not
yeah.
a secret.
Oh,
We agree with that one.
Awesome.
You marry a stranger so that they
It's easier. It's just easier. We start from scratch knowing each other. But anyway, Jackie,
Yeah.
18 years later, first kudos, congratulations on that, man.
Thank you.
So what are some of the challenges you had to navigate at the start of your relationship now as a family?
I think most of the common challenges that I will share, I think most of the women, I have a group of women that also I support.
Yes.
And I think they're common, they cut
Okay.
across. Just understanding our roles, appreciating our dynamics, appreciating our difference. And appreciating our difference is understanding that the way things work in my home is different than the way things will work at his home if he's just bio kids and the spouse.
Yeah.
And that does not mean that my home is not functioning.
Stable, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Structure defines function. You cannot take something that is cylindrical and force it to work as a rectangle. So, discipline, understanding my role as a mother, and what does it mean? What does my role as a mother mean? Being a bio mother and being a stepmother is a thin line. A stepmother, I'll give like a mother, I'll do like a mother. Sometimes I'll be treated like a mother, and sometimes I'll not be treated like a mother.
Okay.
And that is okay.
Wow. Wow.
Now, those are the game-changing, nitty-gritty things.
Yes.
Because we struggle in step families because most of us are raised in the both bio parents.
Yes.
So we think that we will shift, copy-paste how our families functioned to our step families. And that is why a lot of step families are struggling. Now, the reason why the blended family is here is for families like mine to appreciate and embrace their differences. And with the differences and the dynamics that we have, use the skills and the strategies that work for this family to bring functional, responsible human beings. And also for awareness that we are not aliens.
Yes.
That we should not be negatively judged.
Yes.
Because my child is going to be part of this society with your child. I owe you to raise a responsible adult. If I don't, then your child will not have safety in this society.
Yes.
When your child meets my child, they will not sit down and ask, you know, before we date, familia yako ilikuwanga inakaaje? Ilikuwa blended, kama ni blended,
Kama umetoka blended,
sitaki. No. My child might get married to your child.
Yes.
And you know what? You will be a step, maybe a stepmother-in-law.
Yes.
Blended does not just end by me here. Some of us will become blended because of grandparents. I have met my mom a step-grandmother.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because she is a grandmother to my stepkids.
True.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not that she got married. No. Yeah.
One relationship built
Yes.
all the blendedness in that
Yes.
family.
So our dynamics are actually different. Our
yes.
challenges are actually different.
Yes.
But we have to look at the structure, then we define our function. There are
Got you.
stepmoms that are not called mom, and that's okay. They're called Jackie. They're called by their name.
Ooh.
If you come into your stepkid's life when they are older, honestly, you have to also appreciate the fact that an 18-year-old might not begin calling you mom. So you have to empathize with where the age of this child is. And my role with my 18-year-old stepchild
Yes.
might be different. I will not be mothering.
No.
I'll be a coach. I'll be somebody. I'll create a relationship where I can guide them. I can do
see.
things with them
I see.
appropriate to their age, but still make an impact in their lives.
their lives.
It's not that name that makes you make an impact.
Wow,
the
that's
name
very
mom
deep, actually.
and dad.
Come to think of it, so what do they call you? What do the kids call the step parents? Like, so the dad, mom titles.
Some is mom. Some they come up with a name that works.
What if like their real bio parent is still alive? Like it's just an ex. So that still remains mom. So for you remain Jackie.
It depends with where. All my kids call me mom because
Wow.
I came into their lives very young.
Yes.
But still, when we talk about their mom,
Yes.
they will call her mom with her name, and they call me mom and a name. So we can still differentiate it.
Yes.
Because I came to my stepkids' lives when they are very young. But I know of a number of women who have come into their stepkids' life when they were older, and they've even just told the kids, call me Jackie.
Oh, don't call me mom.
Yeah, don't call me mom.
So children will basically, children will adapt very easily depending on how you are treating each other.
And when you say children, you're talking about what age specifically?
You know, still there are dynamics when you talk of children. Like she has mentioned about their age.
Yes.
But there is also the consideration where like one was firstborn, the other was a only child. So there are those dynamics.
Oh yeah, what happens there?
So there are those dynamics.
Yes.
Because if I was the firstborn and then I joined the other family, I'll be a thirdborn. Then that is I still demand my space as a firstborn from the other family. So if I was the lastborn, there's still another younger one. It will still throw the child off balance to identify their role. And that's why I said, because of the concerns of children that we want to meet, to make them safe and also to make them hopeful that their life will continue and they'll still get the best in this relationship. Because once you eliminate the threat and all, they will find home. Children will find it easier to call each other name. And that's why I say a couple need to know, don't be mean to each other because you have no reason to be unkind to each other in a family.
Yeah.
Because children will also like the other partner if the other partner loves their mother.
Yeah,
or
or
no
vice
matter how
versa.
you treat. But
Yeah.
the moment the children will see there is someone losing in this relationship, they also connect
They'll
with
form
the
their
other.
boundaries.
So it's the issue of that now is saying that we really need not to be mean
Yeah.
to each other. Yeah.
Lynette, Jackie mentioned that in the book about if you have to fight with your spouse, you do it away from the children.
Yes.
Not where they are seeing mumekasirikiana, munanuniana, you haven't talked for 2 days.
Yeah, children learn and children feel. Because if I talk badly to my, like now I have big sons, they're almost my height. Like they are big, and you know, we go to town, they call me mom. Everywhere in school introduce me mom. And
Yeah.
I'm very small. In fact, I'm my biggest.
Wow.
So I was very small. So you have to learn to keep your differences off here. And where your differences originate, don't show it to your kids.
Yeah.
Because they will learn and they will use it against you too.
Ah.
And you know, when you two start to take sides, you can imagine what will happen. It will be every person, kila mtu na side yake. Kila mtu atavuta upande wake. Si ndio? So keep off. Me and my husband, we make noise to each other in our bedroom or outside in the vehicle. This morning he was dropping it down.
And there was noise in the car.
They were making noise because I was going to KU and, you know, I was getting late.
Yeah.
So they were making noise. But when I left them, "Nimeenda show," and the children were very excited.
Yeah.
But him is complaining
car.
and complaining.
So the kids did not see the lecture, you being
so
lectured.
don't do it. And the moments when you have disagreed in front of them, if they know dad is light on this issue, from that day, they'll never take that issue serious.
And you see, she's bringing the conversation the way you said. A family that should have a conversation to discuss issues without threatening or hurting each other. As a counselors, we encourage families to hold family meetings because you realize these children, you are thinking they are yours and they are mine. Sometimes they form a team and they become best of friends to be able to negotiate with you so that they can get what they want. So it's good to realize that we do family meeting where everyone is a chairman and there is an agenda. So these rotational meetings will help to iron out issues without speaking in anger at each other. Because it's, and this one I keep encouraging men to do at least 40 minutes to talk to your wife. No, let her talk and you listen. 40 minutes.
You encourage men?
At least, yeah.
Let her talk.
You see, let her talk 40 minutes. No, it's a thing I'm learning
For 40
too.
minutes?
It's a thing I'm learning too.
Okay.
But it should
Non-stop.
be encouraged
Like
without
talking now.
interjecting or talking. I encourage you.
I think for me, if I'm to add on the marriage, I like the fact that you had said before we went on break that we have this is hard work. Our families look like hard work because we cannot take things for granted the way the other families are taking things for granted because everyone is ours. Yeah. So we just do the things that here we cannot live on assumption.
Yes.
If we live on assumption, it's like you're walking on a slippery slope.
Yeah.
You will not walk the same way somebody who is walking on a flat surface walks.
You're right.
Yes. So it will always look like that we are doing hard work, but it's just that these are the same things that other families should do, but they can get away with taking it for granted for some time. But we don't have that chance.
The luxury of...
Yes, we don't have that luxury.
I would also want to say there's no child who would have wished not to be brought up by both the biological parents.
That's a powerful statement.
So if you find, even as the parents, now as the adults, we have a responsibility over these children. My children never chose, in fact, never chose that their mom would pass on. And there's a lady out there there's a girl there who would have wished to be brought up by the father. Okay. So if I find yourself in a blended situation, maybe children from my husband or my children, and I have come in it, let me try to be the best. Then who defines step? I think I loved the word blended. It's blend.
Yeah, it's a blend.
Blended juice.
Yeah.
It's a step.
Yeah.
That's what is just as sweet.
I also
as
don't
the
like it.
stepmother.
But you see, for me, okay, we should be having different opinions. There's a time I didn't like that word.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like it because of the connotation it comes with. A word is a word, you know. I don't know the Shakespeare saying a rose is a rose. It's not what it's red, you know. So it is us who will give it the power.
Ah, I love that.
Yeah, that word does not have a problem. It
Go
is
deep,
us.
We wish.
Yeah, it is us who give it meaning. If I don't also change that meaning in my head, and I'm expecting the society to do it, it's not going to do it. So I don't mind the step.
No.
Yeah, but that will not make me what the society has associated it to be. That is where the problem is. So I think we also need to do there's something about acceptance and embracing dynamics of life that fighting it is even more difficult. Yeah,
and this is where you're bringing this part, this point of who do we do our family for? Because that's where, if you focus on the society, doing the definitions for a good family, a functional one, you may realize there is no functional family. Could be because the word is functional, but the majority of this dysfunctional family is families. This is where the greatest kids are coming from. So our dysfunctionality can be our strength if we focus to bring out the best out of each and every one of us.
Because why do I feel like I need to disagree with
I
you?
think what
There are dysfunctional families.
There are dysfunctional families.
And there are functional families.
I'm just saying because of the definitions that you give. Because I may think your family is dysfunctional, but it could be functional.
But you see, that is when you miss out on the definition of dysfunctional.
And I just stated, like, it's whoever is defining. Because my point is, whoever is defining that this family is not functional,
when we say
it's not the society. Yes.
What are we saying?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's why you have to come up with the basic, like the way I stated first. And I said, if my parents, I was raised by a single mother, if she brought me the way I am, and I have a family today that if you ask my kids, they may, or whoever sees us, say we have a great family, then I would say my mother, even if she was single, and she had other dysfunctionality because she was not married to a nuclear family, she brought up a man.
Solid man.
Yes, so it is, if a family can translate a child to be an responsible adult, because there are these things we are talking, because when I thought about it, I was thinking of when giving a definition of a functional family, because you hear a couple saying, you know, a counselor, you know, we are dysfunctional. But when I look at them, if you look at the basic, they meet the basic of what is functional.
And what is that basic?
That basic of functional is where me as a husband, my needs are met. Her as a wife, her needs are met. The children needs are also met, such that we are talking of functionality because we as a nuclear or a blended family, we find a home, and this is our home and this is our family, where there is a place that growth and development takes place, such that I am able to achieve my purpose, discover who I am, and live for who I am, because I grew up with these relationships.
And what are we saying is a dysfunctional family?
A dysfunctional one has limitation of growth and development of an individual vision, dreams, and goals. And then at the same time, the relationships are so conflictual, such that they are so conflictual, at the same time they are fused into each other, that my mother cannot exist without me. You know that's a fused relationship. It's conflictual, where like my mother depends, her happiness depends on me. Because you're supposed to develop and leave your home. You talk about you live and cleave.
There's a description that you've put that clicked. A functional family, I'm using your words, where my needs as a wife are met. Your needs as a husband are met. And the needs of our kids are met. And to expand on it is that my roles as a wife defined by us, I do. And remember, I did not say by society. Your roles as a husband defined by this family is met. The roles of children is also met. A dysfunctional family comes, remember the words are dis and function, function. And all the needs, when we talk about needs and roles, it's function. A dysfunctional family is when there's no functionality. So it means just the opposite. My needs as a wife are not met. Your needs as a husband are not met. The needs of the kids are not met. My role as a wife is down maybe. And your role as a husband is maybe also non-existent. And the roles of the kids are conflicted. This is where you get, in families that there's alcoholism, there's dysfunctionality. Somebody else has to carry a luggage of the other person because they don't do their function. You find that if you have a family where you have a drug addict as a mother, the kids have to start doing mother roles. The function that they're not supposed to do. So there's dysfunctionality. There are step families that are dysfunctional, just like there are nuclear families that are dysfunctional. It is not the stepness or the single parentness or
that is a dysfunction.
That is a dysfunctional. It is the functionality that is dis.
And the reason I was saying that, because you may find we are not disagreeing. It's just in the process because it's a marriage and family, it's a big thing. It's a whole profession. And the very point I wanted to bring is the issue of a family has a life cycle. Family has a life cycle. There are times you are two. There are times you have small kids. There are times you have teenagers. There are times they leave. And at times you are left alone. So because of those cycle and changes and transition, you may find there are times you as a family, you are disoriented by that stage in your life. You don't know what is the task, and you don't know what the developmental stage you are in. So in that, you have to keep learning and relearning in order to make it work. So it's not really that very easy as you would want to press it, but it's still at the same time in this topic of the blended family, you realize those things that we think of, they play a role.
It's true. Well, we have to bring the conversation to a close. I know, right? We'll probably have a second show some other time. But Jackie, if people wanted a copy of this book, how can they find it?
They can reach me through Facebook mostly. I am Coach Jackie.
Coach Jackie.
Care,
Okay.
In Facebook, we have a page, the Blended Family Network. In fact, you can just make an order through Facebook page, the Blended Family Network. And if you're in a blended family and you need support, that is the place to be. Just get in and you will find support. And also I have a website called Jackie Care, where all the programs that I run as Blended Family Network are there. We offer premarital counseling. I did premarital counseling with the church, but I was grouped with the people who were starting without kids. So we have premarital counseling that we have
tailor-made
for the needs that we have as step families. We have Stepmom Wisdom program that is about to come. Stepmom Wisdom is just how to live, a new way to live, love, and parent, because the way we do it is a bit different. And we also just have couples who are struggling and overwhelmed. They can come and see us. So all they have to do is to go to Jackie Care website.
.com. So JackieCare.com, it's Jackie with the IE at the end. JACKIE, care, KEYA.com. Or her Facebook, Coach Jackie Care, or the Blended Family Network on Facebook as well. I want to say thank you for coming to the show today. It's a beautiful book.
Thank you.
I read it. I said, hii ni kazi. And then after this conversation, I'm like,
ni kazi zaidi.
May God help me when that time comes. I have a book to help, and I have the coach. So it's pretty easy. But thank you as well, Raymond, for coming. We appreciate your insights and your complicated story as well. I know which show we want to talk to you about. Actually, Charity has a show that discusses relationships on Wednesday. That could be a perfect platform for your complicated story, Lynette.
Thank you.
But thanks for coming. Okay, so we hope you've gleaned a thing or two about blended families and this book. Find it on Coach Jackie Care's Facebook page or the Blended Family Network Facebook page or JackieCare.com. All the details are there. You don't need to struggle or suffer by yourself. Thank you for tuning in today. The show repeats tonight at 11:30 p.m. So I hope if you miss some of it, you can catch it later on. Have a blessed week.